Hello, everyone, and welcome to Lord of the Rings, The Rangers of the North. We are sponsored by Free League Publishing, and I am here with this lovely costumed crew and cast for what is the start of 5 incredible episodes of storytelling. And we are so grateful that you are here with us tonight on a Monday night, starting the week off. Hopefully, a little for a lore-light campaign. There is some lore. Almost everybody got private messages of like lore drops today. So yeah, I'm super excited for this. I'm gonna have my players all introduce themselves, and then like we'll kind of get right into it. So let's start with I'm gonna start with Jazz and then Katie. You are muted. And
I know. I brought. I was trying to bring up the window, but I have this stream open in Safari and I have the Pixel Chat open in Chrome. So I clicked Chrome, thinking it was not Safari, Firefox. It's fine. Anyway, hello. I'm Jazz. My pronouns are she/they, and I'm playing Harrow Wren, whose pronouns are she/her. Is there anything else I need to say?
Perfect. Katie.
Hi, I'm Katie. My pronouns are they, she, and I am playing Gilphoniel, but Gilly for short. And their pronouns are also they, she.
Fantastic. And how about if we go to Anita next?
Hey, that's me. Hi, everybody. Anita here. You can find me at Anita the Lesbian on Twitter. And tonight I will be playing Guzdox, the free orc. Yeah, I'll pass it to JJ.
JJ's next.
I love the tag team. Let's go. All right. So, hello, everyone. I'm JJ. My pronouns are she, her. And I will be playing Kiana tonight, whose pronouns are also she, her. So,
and our producer and player, Ark, you can wrap it up for us.
Sure. Hi, I'm Ark, Arcanian ending everywhere. I am playing Penirian, the Gondorian noble.
I love that. Ark, I'm also just looking at the stream and Jazz's camera isn't showing up. Love that.
She's like, I'm eating. This is perfect.
It's fantastic.
Get your snacks in now. Get your snacks
No, that's
in
okay.
now.
And I am Sarah. I'll be the lore mistress for this series. You can find me at SMooreAD. And I am also on council. I serve as CEO here at Girls Run These Worlds. So I'm just going to vamp for another second while this maybe gets sorted. Also, none of our Twitch commands are working because our streams, it's going to happen.
The internet.
The interwebs are a whole thing. And you know what? Actually, I think this is fine because we don't know what always causes the tech gremlins, but that actually is unknowingly the plot of this season. So there's some lore drop in history for my players. Let me also just say we are currently having a zine sale. We write zines. Our creators and authors and illustrators write zines. We are currently having a zine sale. You can get all 3 zines for $5 each at our itch page, which somebody is going to put the actual link to the itch page in here. And thank you for following Questline D&D. We love you. And we really love your content. You guys do some really amazing things. Yeah, none of our Twitch commands are working. I love this for us so much. You can also, we still have 2 more Big Gay one-shots. Nope, 3 more Big Gay one-shots to do. We are having Cypher out of the closet tomorrow. And then Trash Pals on Wednesday, where everybody plays a possum or a raccoon or something. It's really adorable. And then Thirsty Sword Lesbians, technically not during Pride Month, but it is on July 4th. Because Pride Month is any month that we celebrate and tell queer stories, right? That's how that works. So we're gonna go with that. Ark, how's that feature going?
It's going.
It's going. All right. Well, look, it's going.
Carl,
Can I ask the audience, when Jazz was talking, could you all hear? Never mind. It works. We're going. Roll our credits.
Coming out of the
We'll
sound
be back
box.
in 30 seconds.
Okay.
we are back. Our fellowship find themselves on an elevated platform, a stage for guests of high honor, monarchs, stewards, and even a wizard sit in comfortable thrones. But you all sit ahead of them. You are far more important to this proceeding. People from all in front of you stare up at you, exchanging whispers, pointing, not mean, not taunts, not othering. These people are awed to be in your presence. Looking out across the crowd, you see a gathering mass of celebrants, mostly human, but delegations from all free peoples of Middle Earth are coming to gather in this square. As you look around, this place is old. And while it has been recently decorated, a heaviness lines the cobble streets. Time has not been kind to these buildings, and the stones they are built out of remind you of the graying death that you have seen a lot in recent times. But this is a coronation, and spirits are high. Laughter floats on the wind that causes banners to flap and wave, almost as if they too are celebrating this long-awaited day. The delegations of other cultures begin to arrive. Elves are tall and proud. They are a sea of pale blue, gray, and green fabrics that drape their lithe bodies. Their faces are unreadable to most, but Rin and Gilly, being elves yourselves, give me a perception check. Give me an insight check here.
Insight check. Okay.
First rolls.
First roll. Let's
Whoop,
go.
whoop. Oh, geez. That's so much pressure. Okay. That's not great. Insight. 16.
I roll. Hold on. My lovely internet is being so incredibly slow.
Of course. It's cool. You're taking a second. You're really like, what do your elf eyes see? They are taking a second to take.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
I got 18.
Gilly's just like, I see it.
You see so much.
You two have worrying knowledge about the other elves here. They are deeply uneasy to be in this place. Only another elf would be able to see this, but they are antsy and they cannot wait to depart. Only when they catch your glance do they start to settle, knowing that your leadership and example, they will follow you. You are in a place of honor amongst your people.
Even Gilly?
Even Gilly.
Oh, dang. All right.
Ren and Gilly, could you introduce yourselves with the knowledge that you have been provided the most formal of clothing and that your hopes of leading your people to new ways of being are at hand? You are leaders amongst these people.
Oh boy.
I think we both stand there like looking at each other a little bit like, oh.
Kind of like, oh man.
Oh, far from home. Okay. Yeah, do you want to start or should I start?
I can start. Yeah. Well, I'm incredibly straight backed, chin high, the picture of nobility, because of course I was raised noble. Despite this, I'm definitely fidgeting in the way that only a young child who is forced to attend a formal event is fidgeting.
100%.
I'm looking around. I'm aware that there's a lot of pressure on my shoulders right now, and I'm quite terrified that I will not live up to those expectations.
Are we describing our appearance as well?
You can, absolutely. I love describing when my characters get to dress up fancy, so fill your boots.
Yeah, I would love to.
Yeah.
So, Harrow Wren, who goes by Ren, or possibly Harrow, depending on whatever you're feeling at that particular moment, is a brown-skinned elf with kind of like a medium golden tint to her skin, and she's got like amber eyes that are like a little bit darker than like gold. They're more like a liquid, kind of like a molten liquid gold. And she's got red copperish hair that she always keeps swept into like a low braid, one just kind of like resting over her shoulder. She has it's I guess I've been giving really fancy clothes, but it would be typically in her color scheme of like forest green and a scarf or cape that is kind of like a burnt yellow. And she has a light dusting of freckles on her rather rosy cheeks. She is young for an elf, quite young. Although, I mean, once you reach a certain age, they all kind of look the same age, but there is an innocence in her gaze, I
A
think.
glow
that
of
is-
youth.
Yes, the glow of youth, the roundness of her cheeks
Yeah.
belies her otherworldly visage. Yeah, I think aside from that, do we have weapons on us?
You look down and they're ceremonial. You don't feel in this space necessarily the need. As your eyes are kind of looking out, there are some guards about. And being part of the protected delegates, I'm sure that your weapons are not far and you know exactly where they are, but they're not you're not battle ready while on the stage.
Okay, gotcha. I don't know if I would have been allowed to keep my favorite dagger, but I would have tried.
Yeah,
You
I
could
think
hide
a
it.
dagger
You could
for
hide
sure.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's strapped to her leg or something like
Mhm.
that. She looks especially naked, unarmed. She does not like that. So that's pretty much
Not to
what I
other
have.
people. She's fully clothed.
Oh yeah. Well, yes. I have clothes on. Anyway, yes, that is me.
So next to this little cutie, you can see a tall, like curvier than your average elf. Like when we think of the elves from the Lord of the Rings world, they're those like willowy, tall, blonde creatures. But Gilly is she's tall, but she's like broad-shouldered, curvy, and has like where your hair is like nice and braided and this like beautiful auburn color and it's like all nicely kempt. Hers is like bright fire truck red, and like curly as hell, and she shaved the sides of her head because it's just too much. And it's like sometimes braided down her back and sometimes just like piled on top of her head, just sort of like whatever can kind of get it out of the way. Yeah, I think in terms of like outfit, I don't think Gilly likes wearing dresses, so I think she would have like insisted on wearing like traveling pants, but fancy ones. So like maybe some like black leather pants, like fancy leather pants. I don't know. And yeah, like definitely doesn't fit your mold of elf. She's got like, I think it would be something like this kind of top, like they'd try to give her a dress and she'd be like, let's fix some things. So it's like pretty kind of like punk rock. She's got like this dark makeup on her eyes and she's got the dark lipstick, looks quite goth. Definitely is like standing if we're standing, and is like trying not to slouch and is just resisting the bisexual urge to sit in a chair like this. And is like doing her best. I think she's not used to being praised, not in like a that's so sad kind of way, just more like like from her people, kind of like her being in a position of like power and leadership. Is it probably fits, like she fits it. She's very charismatic, she's like comfortable in her own skin, but it just feels a bit weird for her, I think, to be like, oh, they all look so uncomfortable. And I think, yeah, she'll just like lean over to Ren and just be like, are we taking bets on like how long they're going to last here?
No, I don't think that what we had to bet with.
But no, but like, I mean, so some of these people are going to stay like after, and I just don't think like how long. I guess like I just want to know how long you think they'll stay after this is over, because I think they're going to leave immediately.
I do believe this is what my family calls a fool's bet. No one will take that.
Right, because they're going to leave immediately after.
Yes, they're going to leave.
Yes,
Yes,
okay.
yes.
Well, that was actually the joke I was trying to make, so thank you for
Oh, it was a joke. Oh, okay.
yes.
Yes, that's funny.
We'll work on it.
Okay.
And as the two of you banter back and forth, feeling slightly more comfortable, at least in having each other.
Mhm.
Guzdax, you sit near the edge of the stage, and a shadow falls across your body, but your skin is exposed. The shade from the poplar tree next to you keeps you from feeling the sting of the sun. I want you to introduce yourself knowing that your mask rests on the floor of the stage, but that you are not being reviled, jeered, or taunted. You too are a guest of honor. And the sash you are wearing shows you a person of particular power. You are a healer. And the robes you are about to describe also mark you as an apprentice of the old ways. Your hopes have come true.
Ooh. Listen, y'all. Guzdox was raised by ants. Trees. We're forest people. We don't do big crowds, huge stages. We are for the first time experiencing stage fright, and it's a lot, bestie. Feeling a tad queasy, catching breath, like knelt down, like very much is like just touching grass at this point, because the earth is soothing and the earth makes sense. I think Guzdox is taking some deep breaths. Guzdox uses she, they pronouns. I'm not sure if I said that. Is taller, looking at like 6'4", 6'5", but hunches over a lot. So they end up being around 6 feet. They yeah, oof. I think the robes are healers' robes. So they are probably what color would a healer's robes be? I guess I get to make that decision now for the canon. Let's call it let's call it a lilac. Let's call it like a light purple. Like not like a royal purple, but like very like a lot lighter, a lot like of a brighter tone. That's like almost close to a grayish white. And usually Guzdox is wearing a brown cloak, has like a pretty has a mask on that is like a full face mask that just has eye slits. It is made out of wood. It is very simple. Doesn't have any like features on it. The fact that they were on stage and lost their mask and were in front of a crowd of people without the without the safety blanket of like the face covering, they're a little stressed, but she's doing okay. She's with the earth, she's kneeling, and she's coming into herself again.
And as you are grounding yourself and really trying to find that place of calm, a stick pokes you in your arm and you look to the side and the poplar tree is an Entwife. She catches your eyes and she smiles down at you. A long, slow sentence, as they do, begins to come forward as your patron and teacher rehearses her coronation verses again. She will be conducting the ceremony as soon as the queen-to-be arrives. Kiana, your good time, because this is a good fucking time. People are bringing you drinks and foods, and Nellie has been like baking for days. There is everybody else is like sitting on the stage or standing or, you know, kind of like milling about. Your fellowship are feeling a little bit nervous. You don't give a shit because you have a table. You are the only person who has a side table full of food beside you, right? But your good time keeps getting interrupted by something you can't place immediately. And it takes you a bit of being annoyed before you kind of tune in. And you realize that there are brightly armored guards standing tall, many of them. So many of them. Their stern looks and hushed whispers and constant vigilance at the crowd and the proceedings is out of place. Although very few in the crowd seem to notice. You do. And as you introduce yourself, I wonder if you're going to say anything to anybody else about what you notice.
So, Kiana is gonna be scarfing down food as Kiana does because major foodie. So Kiana is like 5 foot. I think she's like 5'11". I don't know. She's tall. She's tall. Okay, homegirl is tall. I have brown skin, vibrant green eyes, and shoulder length curly black hair. I got the fur coat on as the signature look because, you know, it'd be cold out here. And I would say that Kiana would say something. They'd be like, why, like, what's going on? Why is the atmosphere so tense around these particular guards? And I guess I'll bump whoever's next to me, like some random person, and be like, hey, what's going on here? Why is there so much tension killing the vibe right now?
The woman that you say nudge, but you know, you got muscles and don't always understand when you're using them. You nearly knock this frail, dainty, you know, chieftain's wife out of her little seat.
Oh, shit.
And she looks at you and she says, I mean, that joke seems to be in poor taste. Killing the vibe, really? That's all right. Well, and she just kind of turns her back to you and absolutely ignores you for the rest of this ceremony.
I'm trying to determine whether or not Kiana would be like, all right, now we gotta fight.
Where's a wolf? Something's getting yeeted.
Like, did you just ignore me? Like, did you
Kiana, I will say this. There is, as she's like, that's an inappropriate joke. You're like, Oh, no, I see. Yeah, in order for a coronation to happen, somebody had to die.
Somebody had to die.
That's
It's clicking.
ooh, you know.
Yeah. It clicks a little slowly for me, but I get it. And then Kiana's gonna be like, yeah, okay, no, that's fair. And then I'm gonna kind of survey. I want to survey the area because I kind of want to see like why are they so this is supposed to be like a joyous occasion. Like is there a threat that's somewhere around here? Like why are they so tense?
Are you looking for the specific thing that they are feeling threatened by, or are you just like general vibe check? What is the level of threat that's going on?
I guess I'll do specific.
Okay.
I
Give me a perception check, and I'm going to give you advantage because you're on a high stage and you're going to be able to see.
Okay. Ooh. Let's see. So that's a 20.
A natural 20?
No.
Okay.
With my mods.
I was like, oh, plot over. You found the bad guy. Listen, with a dirty 20, the second that you start tuning in to the fact that these guards are sus as fuck, you realize there's a reason for this. And they are not looking at the crowd. They are not scanning the crowd for like a rogue assassin. They don't give a shit about the people in the middle, even though there are thousands of them. They are looking down alleyways in shadowy corners behind barrels. Some of them look to the sky. They almost don't know what they're looking for other than it's not going to be people. Seems to be the only commonality of what they're not looking at. This threat is something else.
Ooh. Okay. Something else. I think I'm going to take a nice piping hot, fresh out of the oven, sticky bun and eat it. Fingers gooey. And just am like, oh, something might go down. Okay. And I'm just going to kind of stew a little bit to try to figure out like, you know, I'm gonna secure because I'm gonna assume that I have my great axes somewhere nearby me.
I mean, you were able to like, they're not on stage, but you know that you came early morning to like help Nelly deliver the goods and you hit it right underneath the skirting of the stage. You could get to it in like a millisecond, right?
Perfect.
If you really
I just want to know where it's at so I can, if it goes down. But I'm just gonna for right now, I'm just gonna kind of chill and just kind of be like slow. I'm gonna slow down on the drinks. Because now I'm like, oh, I gotta be sharp. But I am still gonna be eating because you know, girl gotta eat. So
carb load before a battle. This is standard.
I need the protein. Okay. You know what I mean? So yes, I'm gonna be so that's what I'm gonna do for right now.
10. Penerian. Your fingers drum impatiently against hand-hewn walnut doors. These doors are split from inattention and they are weathered from the passage of time. But you become the center of attention as they open and you step onto the balcony of moss-covered stone above the stage. The faces of your friends and those other honored guests turn to look at you and then disappear as they begin to bow. Row beyond row of onlookers kneel before you, honoring you in your reign. A silence falls over the assembled as everyone waits for the first words from their leader. And I would love for you to give those words and do so with the understanding that you are draped head to toe in rich fabrics. Velvets and silks adorn your body this day. A tightly fitted metal bodice grasps you. It is surprisingly more like armor than one would expect. It's of protection, not of decoration. But nonetheless, this is a look befitting the coronation of yourself as the Queen of Enithian. And as you are thinking about your speech, you should also know that tears are streaming down your face because you and I know why this is no cause for celebration. Your hope is drowned and drowning with a deep, abiding sadness that will not ever leave you for all of your days. And as the crown lays cold and heavy across your brow, you must make a choice now with these words. Will your vengeance drive your new kingdom to the point of smothering out the light that has only just started to kindle as this nation is starting to find its place again? Or are you going to accept this role and help it prosper in the names of the 4 siblings who died for you to have this day? What are your first words as the heir to a shamed and broken line now return to the throne as the descendant of Enithias?
Friends, kinsmen, I have been bestowed this power through great darkness. I never wanted this mantle, nor did I think it would fall to me. In these times, there is only one thing that I can cling to. One thing I was taught and raised to do, which is to live by the sword. I ask that we raise our arms together to move forward to a brighter future. Sarah, you're muted, or did I lose audio?
Ah, shit, that's me.
There you go. Okay.
You are going to start this campaign with 1 point of a shadow scar. This is a feature in this system for heroes who have to venture on despite the darkness that has invaded them. This is akin to the pain that never leaves Frodo after being stabbed by the Morgul blade. This darkness that will always weigh heavy on you. This is a shadow scar. And you will carry it with you beyond this nightmare and unable to shake it once you awaken from this dream tomorrow. Guzdax, as you lay in this fucking soft ass, sparsely decorated room, your eyes don't fully close. You're in Bree. You hear the rain pounding against the window, the slop of mud in the streets. You will find no rest tonight in this place. This lumpy pillow that your head lays on smells of unwashed hair and garlicky drool and throat-burning moonshine that probably somebody vomited up, and it is overwhelming to your senses. This room is considered sparse and utilitarian at best, and many travelers and passers through would confirm that it was not designed with their comfort in mind, but your discomfort for being inside and having lodgings is for other reasons. Radagast the Brown and Olive the Tree Ent should be your mentors. They understand the old ways, and they could teach you everything that you need. Why did they send you here? What good could come of being in a place where you are so unwelcome? You wear that mask every second that you are outside of this room. And I wonder, like, what's going through your mind in this place and this time? Let this be a reintroduction to your character in the way that they actually are.
Sarah, you can't do this to us. You can't keep getting away with this. Beautiful opening, Sarah. I am flabbergasted. Gosh. Yeah, I'm not sleeping in that room. No, I can't. I can't do it. I I think Guzdox has like gotten there and has been attempting to fit in and like not draw attention, and like sleeping outside during a rainstorm would definitely draw attention. So has definitely tried the city thing. Um but sort of like upon traveling a very, very long way and finally getting to the city of Bree and having a place to like rest their legs. They find this place and I think almost immediately are like turning around and God, they cannot sleep there. They might sleep outside in the rain. I think they're going to turn around and walk out of the tavern, which is like, God, what tavern am I in right now?
You are in the Sunken Flagon. This is one of the, I mean, not that anything in Brie, it's real as fuck down here, folks. This is the sticks. There is nothing good in Brie, but it is, you know, it's one of kind of like the mid-size places. It's definitely one of those places where, like, you know, it's equivalent to like a motel where you drive up and you could go in like the entrance, but also there's like sliding glass doors that people just like hang outside of, you know?
Vibes. Yeah, I can sleep in the rain, right? I can do that. I've done that before. I'm gonna find a tree. I'm gonna like wander outside, try to find a tree on like the uh on the less populous side of town and just like lean up with my back to it, mask on, and try to fall asleep.
I mean, maybe it'll do you some good that, you know, because of the bed and the pillow, you now smell like a drunk. Maybe that will like shift some of the blame off you when if somebody were to find you. But yeah, you do. You do find a number of trees. Um, you know the magic. Most people don't know about ints. You do. And you do take a second to pause, or at least I imagine that Guzdax would take a second to pause and just kind of like check in with each tree just to kind of see like maybe this is one and it's just undercover. Um, you know, but you find something sturdy and something also that kind of leans, you know, that has a big enough trunk that you can kind of be away from the view of most people even as the sun starts to crest. It's still going to be a hard night. Gilthoniel, you're sleeping soundly, babes. Sleeping soundly, my little spooky babes.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Totally.
only for 4 hours, but like,
Look, it's great. But even in your sleep, you are who you are. You are authentically you every second of every day, even in your trance, even in your sleep.
Oh yeah.
And
I
you
feel like
are
my trance
channeling.
looks more like sleep too than most other elves. Like I'm like,
For sure.
there's drool, there's hair, like it's more.
Absolutely.
I'm not like hum. I'm like
100%. And even in this very comfortable position that your body finds itself. You are channeling spirits even in your trance state. You are channeling those who haven't passed the cross to the uttermost west of Valinor. Most nights, this is the work. This is something that brings you comfort. This is what you have always known. This is your place. This is your purpose. Both when you're asleep, but also when you're not. You hear stories. You commune with those who need you. You are used to the spirit tales and you enjoy the work that they allow you to do.
Mhm.
But tonight there's unrest deep in your soul. You do your work, but as you commune with the spirits, there is a constant shadow just at the corner of your eye. It's a sickening whisper that is both too sweetly, saccharinely tempting to your greatest desires and selfishness, but also burns like acid as you hear it to your goodness and your selflessness.
Oh,
So I have two questions.
oh, good.
What does this voice tell you that you most desperately desire to be true? And what does it know about you that you don't want anyone else to know?
Sarah, you can't come at me like this. Okay. I think as for like the desire thing, like Gilly doesn't like fit in with the elves very well, but it's never been like they've never been mean to her or anything. It's not that. It's just that like I think she just thinks that there are things that are bigger than the elf culture and everyone's so like this is the way and she's like but there's so many other ways. And I think that like the desire would be that her voice would be heard, that it was not just stories and things told from spirits past, it's also her beliefs and her thoughts, and that those would be accepted as true as the stories she tells. And that they would be like the idea that like there's other ways to do things, that there's other cultures that could be melded together, that there's like we can learn from each other, and that like the world is a big melting pot that we could learn so much from. That's I think her greatest desire, that like that no one feels alone, and that no one feels like they don't fit in, that no one feels like they don't have a community around them that accepts them and hears them. So that's a lofty one. It's like world peace. Um, something that it knows about me that I wouldn't want anyone to know. Oh dang. I think that Gilly has delved too greedily and too deep before into the like spiritual sort of side of herself, as well as like she's a scholar of lore. Like she is so interested in learning more stories and gaining more information and possibilities, that and I think that she has very little self-control. And so I think she has maybe done some things, cast a few spells, connected with some spirits that so far hasn't gone badly, but it's like young witches don't just do shit, don't just read the book in Sindarian, like don't read it out loud, read it in your head first, like so I think that like in as an older elf now, and with more experience, I think she recognizes that she's like made some mistakes in the past that due to her just like ignorance and greed that is might come back and bite her maybe, but she's not even really sure what it is or what it could be. But oops, we'll see how it goes.
This voice is so sweet and gentle. I mean, how bad can spirits be, really? You've never gotten into trouble before. You've crossed that. You've flirted with the line, but it's never, come on. It's never gone bad, and you're doing good work, and you are bringing people together and you are helping people to see how valuable they were in their lives. And wouldn't it just be nice if everybody knew that while they were still with us, that they were valued? And
Mhm.
my child, you deserve that too. You deserve to be felt like you are heard and that you are known and that you are seen. Your value is apparent to me, child.
I'm really enjoying watching Jazz, my like friend, who like if this was a conversation that she could overhear, would be doing the exact thing that she's doing with her face right now. Just like, no, bitch, no. She's lying to you.
This spirit is one that, despite having the scholarly knowledge of different spirits that can exist in the mortal and ephemeral realms, this is one that you haven't come across before, which maybe is why your open and trusting nature doesn't immediately set off some flags. I would like you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh God. Have I like in previous conversations with spirits and stuff, have I felt that sort of like the sticky sweet burning before? Or is this a new experience? Just out of
I
curiosity.
think this is something new, and you're not, look, you know how you eat cotton candy at a fair until your teeth hurt,
Yup.
but you don't regret it because fucking cotton candy.
Yeah.
That is this for you. I don't know that well, let's see how your wisdom saving throw goes.
Yeah,
I
well, I'm
don't
gonna
know
answer that
that you
question, I
know
guess. Okay, all right, let's
that
go.
this is rotting your teeth.
Feel like I have a thing where I can re-roll something, and I'm just trying to find the thing where it says that I can do that just in case. But you know what? It's more fun if I don't. I'm gonna say it's a 12.
I have had somebody once roll a natural 1 on this kind of mechanic
Yeah.
before, and that was awful as a DM.
Yeah, I was like, this is a good middle of the road. So I'm like, you know, it's
12
not.
is
I could try to
12 is
re-roll to like really
perfectly.
succeed, but I want to like. I don't think
Listen.
that's really Gilly. I think she's like, I don't know. Pitch me your deal.
You know, Gilly is good at her
Mhm.
core. And while you know that this voice is maybe saying things that are a little bit too good to be true, it does feel good to hear. It does feel good to be validated, for sure.
Oh, Gilly loves validation.
But also, like, you do kind of have an understanding that spirits don't always they don't always stay connected to the world that they've left behind, and this one clearly is going to need some more attention from you to be able to fully pass. You're going to need to do more work with this spirit to help it transition to the other side.
And is it offering me these things like in exchange for something, or is it
It's
just
not
that's just
it's
its
not an
vibes?
offer.
Oh,
It's
it's just
not an
vibes.
offer. It's
Okay.
not a gift. It's just acknowledging that you're good and that you deserve for other people to know that, not just the spirits who you help, but people in the real realm too.
So this is like Katie accepting a compliment where like that's a compliment, but it is sticky sweet and burns my soul also. Cool.
Okay,
Okay.
well, we'll do therapy after this. That's okay.
Oh, I do it already. It's fine.
Okay. Sure.
Exposure with suspension, baby.
I legitimately scheduled mine for 9:15 at night after this session because I was freaking out about
You're like,
running
I
this
might
so much.
need it. Yeah.
So I'm really happy about this. Okay. Really, what is an item that you carry that is a symbol of hope? If you had to think of one item on your body that was a symbol of hope for your character, what would that be?
Can it be like a thing of multiple items, or like
It
like
sure can.
well, okay, yeah, it's she has this like bag like this bag right here, ooh, of runes that are carved from like dwarven stone, that she was she took a little like sojourn out of the woods at one point to visit the dwarves and charmed them enough with her weirdness that they taught her their sort of like ancient runic like divining practices that aren't super used anymore, but they're like it's still in their lore. And so she was taught how to make these runes. So she's made them like with the help of a dwarf that she befriended, and that's like, you know, elves and dwarves, not generally good friends, but that was a sort of like, you know, a first step for her of like, okay, so like other cultures can bring cool things. She'd been doing like purely tarot cards and reading the stars before that, and now she's got this like beautiful runic set that gives her these like amazing readings and yeah, so that's her like hope comfort item for sure. She's like often just like playing with a couple of them in her fingers.
And you find even as you awake tomorrow, your fingers have reached into the bag and they're just like clacking. You know, it's almost like that sensory textile piece. Yeah, it's a little fidget for you. And these bring you really great comfort and you just feel extra connected to them, almost to the point where your tarot cards, the other runes, the elven runes that you have, they're not really the first thing that you're going to be reaching for a while. These runes are what's going to bring you comfort and help you to feel like you're doing your best.
Okay.
Just make a note of that on your character sheet for me.
Okay. Runes only. Runes.
Pin, you wake up, sis. What a fucking awful nightmare that bullshit was. You try to tell yourself that, God, that could never come to pass. The shadow scar takes root. I wonder, do you share with your fellowship as you all awaken and arise for the day? Do you share with your fellowship about this nightmare and why it's such a traumatic experience? And if you don't share it with them, I'm wondering if you'd like to tell the audience what would have had to happen for that coronation to occur.
Oh boy. I'd probably tell the fellowship just a little bit because I wouldn't want to. Knowing Penn, she wouldn't actually process this information at all in a way that she can share it emotionally, but just, you know, share that she misses home and is thinking of her family today and will probably just be grumpy for like several hours, if not the whole day.
She shares this information as you all sit around a breakfast table. Kiana, there are sticky buns aplenty. As Guzdax meanders in, finds you all know each other. You've all been doing small jobs here and there. Pen shares.
You know, I don't actually have anything to say to that. That's a really terrible dream.
Yeah, that sounds awful. Are you okay?
Yes, just dark dreams, dark times.
Do you I don't know if we talked about this. Do you believe in like portent dreams? Does it feel like something that might happen, or is this just like a nightmare?
I have no such dreams like that. That wouldn't happen to me.
That's what we all say.
Kiana will
Nudge
grab.
Gilly.
I mean, no, it's definitely absolutely not true. No way, no how. Portents aren't real. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm gonna get a breakfast beer.
Stop talking.
Kiana will grab a sticky bun, put it on your plate, and then with gooey fingers touch you on the shoulder. Try in a comforting way. Like, this is my way of this is Kiana's way of comforting Penn. Like, it's gonna be okay.
I take a little like cloth napkin and I wipe your shoulder afterwards.
Would you
My
like?
words.
Would you like me to? Do you want to pull? Do you want to pull like a rune out of the bag?
I do
Might be
not
comf-
think.
It might be
Hmm.
comforting. It usually is.
Not for me. I would rather hit something, honestly.
Well, not me, but I'm sure we could find you something.
I think Gustox is just going to look like Gustox does not eat breakfast in mixed company. But it's just
Because
going
of the
to
mask?
yeah, because of
Okay,
the
I was
mask.
like, because you're just like, just like kind of a bitch. I don't know.
Yeah, Gustox doesn't eat with the peasants.
Skinny
Are you? I was like, okay,
legend.
you're an orc.
Wow.
No, Gustox has been observing this conversation. Like, Penn didn't share a lot of the dream, just that it was a bad dream and is thinking about family. Everyone else is reacting a lot to it. So I want to make some sort of insight check to be like, hey, is Penn really okay right now?
By all means.
Make an "Are you good, fam?" check.
Are you good, fam?
Are you good,
That's-
fam?
Absolutely mechanic.
Hey. Okay, so that's a natural 17 on the Are You Good Fam check.
Ooh.
And then I add 8, so that is a 25 total.
Dang.
Goodness gracious.
Love that.
Is you good, fam? That's what I say with my eyes behind my mask.
It's common
And-
slang in Bree.
Almost like an animal using echolocation, you send out this like vibe check just to really dig deep. And almost immediately, a very uncomfortable truth fires back at you. You come from the cursed dirt, and you know the dark path that created you. And it is not just Penn that now has that hollow ring, that lack of fullness. There is something that is missing. It is not only Penn at this table who sounds with that tone. Gilly, surprisingly, just a sliver, just very small. Maybe it was a bad night. Penn is different than Penn was yesterday. Maybe Gilly also slept on a vomit pillow.
Gilly doesn't
Bet.
always often pass her vibe check anyway. It's fine.
Yeah. I think Gustox will like sort of get up from the table a little abruptly as like the vibe check echolocation goes out, or shall I say orc location? I don't know why I did that. I'm so sorry, everyone. I'm so sorry.
Inspiration for you. Inspiration.
Don't reward that. Don't reward
This
me
is
for
a
That's
that.
how we
bad
do this.
precedent to set.
I
I'm
need-
specifically
Let's go.
not punning
I needed to
or
be rewarded, though.
portmanteauing. Here we go.
Lean in. Lean in. This season's going dark, babes. Let's find inspiration where we can.
Okay, that's
Take
fair.
inspiration for
Let's
it.
find our puns where we still can.
Yeah, like very much like gets up abruptly, shakes the table a little bit. And I think it's just going to like do a quick medicine check just on the two that seem a little disturbed, a little different than they might have seemed before. Just like Gustox is going to insist on a quick medicine check just to like make sure everything is okay. like physically at least.
Sure, absolutely. Go ahead, roll me a medicine check.
Okay. This is actually a thing that I can do because I'm a scholar that heals things. So I'm gonna mutter some. I'm going to mutter some like words slowly in a language that isn't really recognizable to the group. But it's sort of like it's probably going to take like the rest of breakfast to like finish out the medicine checks as like they mutter this slow rhyme of lore. And I'll get to add a d8 to my medicine check.
Is this int that you're speaking in?
This is Entish that I'm speaking in, yes.
This sound that starts to emanate deep from Guzdax sounds almost like Xhosa, which is, the language from South Africa that's got like the clicks.
Mm-hmm.
There is a creaking diphthong in this language. There is a natural earthiness to this that is comforting, but old, very old. And Penn, I don't know how you feel being a modern noblewoman of the very old ways, but Guzdak seems quite insistent that this be allowed to happen. And it's probably not the first time that you've seen her care for you in this way.
Yes, her mother henning is pretty standard. Just try to get through my breakfast and like side eye a little bit. Like this is not necessary at all.
I feel like Lily also leans over to Ren and is like, for someone who's like quite worried about people like seeing them and recognizing them, this is quite the weird thing to like. It's a very weird language to use. and it goes on for so long.
I mean, yes, and it can be a bit slow, but it's
Right, but you
shouldn't make fun of that sort of thing.
I'm not trying to make fun of it. I'm just saying, go upstairs. Why am I Irish now?
I was going
It's
to
just
say.
gone there. I don't know what's happened. I've lost it.
I quite
It's
think
the
our
spirits, fam.
Maybe
The
it's
spirits.
just happening.
Why is your voice different?
Well, because you're noble and apparently I'm Irish.
That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that, I suppose. You can be Irish and I can be whatever this is.
Yes, an American trying to do a British accent. It's perfect.
That's exactly what it is.
In it, Gov. Absolutely.
All right.
Anita, what
Sarah,
did you roll?
if I have interpreted the rules of like this subclass correctly,
Okay.
I add my intelligence modifier plus my proficiency for a medicine check, usually because in this game it's intelligence. Then with the wise healcraft, it's called leechcraft, but like ew, leeches. With the wise healcraft feature, like it says I also get to add my wisdom modifier on top of that. It seems. And then in addition, when I would roll a lore dice, it gained from me on a medicine check. It would use the highest number possible for the die instead of rolling the die.
Okay, so you rolled like 375 somehow?
I rolled a 38.
There you go.
Sure.
I've
absolutely.
never rolled a medicine check that high before.
Well, you
I've
have
never
now.
rolled any check that high before.
You have now.
That's kind of wild.
you know my blood type now, you know everything.
Oh, yeah. This is a full like 23andMe genetic profile that you can sell on the black market for sure. This is they are fine, healthy. Gilly is active and has muscle. And the broadness is there is this like kind of like power lifter. Like Gilly is surprisingly ready to knock a bitch out if it comes to that, you know?
I do need to say just for
Please.
my strength is 0. So I do need to throw that out there. But
Well,
like
that's
she's big, I don't know, she's doughy.
she is, but like that in itself requires like maybe not necessarily like lifting furniture is not your strength.
Robust, yes.
But yes, yeah,
Yeah.
like you're also not gonna get knocked over, you know?
Oh yeah. Like a solid person.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely she's not a bodybuilder. She's like, a bit
Right.
chubby. And it's great.
Thank you. And thank you,
Mhm.
yes, for that.
Yeah.
Because I don't have everybody's stats open in front of me. Thank you. Yes,
I was like,
absolutely.
"Ah."
But like Gilly is totally healthy. Penn, as you're kind of looking very carefully, Penn has never weathered through like the misfortune of poverty. Penn's hair is shiny, Penn's teeth are good, Penn's skin is fucking annoyingly beautiful. Like Penn is a noble. In Bree, and there's a story there, as I'm sure that you have all discussed, but medically, they seem a-okay, aces.
That then I am going to say that physically, y'all pass. You pass the physical, and also eat something sweet today, and like journal about like something good from home, some good memories. Journal about that, and that is the
That's your
sort
medical
of
diagnosis.
that's the medical diagnosis.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Kiana's here for it, 100% here for it. She's gonna start stacking everybody with sticky buns. Everybody's getting some.
All right.
Kiana, as you're passing out sticky buns, you go like round on the house, everybody gets a sticky bun. Not even just
You
your
get a
party.
sticky bun.
Everybody it needs to eat a sticky bun. You're walking around handing out sticky buns, and you almost, I mean, it's laughable to say you're body checked because you are a builder for sure. Like you are that. But somebody definitely runs into you, bounces backwards like a cartoon character and falls on their ass. It's also kind of oxymoron to say like they're smaller than you. Almost everybody is smaller than you. But anyway, this is maybe kind of a younger teenager who falls backwards, and you see that they are clutching a scroll that is sealed with a very particular color of wax that you really only ever really associate with Penn. This is a color that Penn wears from home. And you kind of, you understand, even if you're not reading the thing that says like to Pennarian, this is a letter to Penn. And you hand this kid a sticky bun, I assume.
Oh no, I'm gonna just like lift this whole kid up and carry like a football to Penn and sit this person down very roughly. Not on purpose, but being as rough as Kiana is, be like, I'm gonna just deliver this person to Penn and be like, Penn, scroll, color. And then I'm gonna stick like a sticky bun in this person's mouth and then just like walk away because I know that Penn is smart enough to understand what I'm trying to put down.
Did you say that out loud?
Yes, I'll just be like, Penn, color, scroll, and then just out.
I'm a delivery boy.
Sticky bun the kid, and then like in his mouth.
Sticky bun the kid. That is
Sticky bun the kid in his mouth, first of all.
I mean,
Yeah.
Yep. It's fine. Ark, if you'll check your Discord messages, I've just sent you the contents of this letter.
Oh boy.
This is the second that you see the way that your name is spelled, listen, big sisters, little sisters have very special relationships. And your oldest sibling, a human girl, Tillion, has been scholarly her whole life. she has always felt a lot of pressure of the expectation to the next heir of the line of Enithias. And she mostly wields that in like I need to lead by example, I need to do good things, but also power corrupts and she can be a dick sometimes, you know? This is a letter from your sister. If you would like me to read it, I'm happy to read it. If you want to read it, you can also read it.
I'll read it to the table. Haven't had a letter from home in some time. I'm a little surprised to see it. It's from my sister. It says, "My dearest sister, my years of scholarly labor have finally borne real success. I write to you from the road, which is, I know, very odd to hear. As much as I miss the archives, I had good reason to leave it for a time. I've found it. I will bring it back, and with it the kingdom of our long past forebearer. We will be able to return home. By the time you get this and ride south, the coronation will be at hand. Come and join with us for this joyous time. The crown of Enithias? Enithias has been found, and I intend to restore our line. And if my urging doesn't sway you, then consider it a command from your queen." From my sister Tilly.
That's exciting. Is that exciting?
What did you say about dreams earlier?
You said you had a dream earlier. That was you.
Portent dreams?
Oh!
Well, this isn't the same thing, is it?
I mean, it sounds like it. I mean, okay, look, she just had a dream about going to a coronation, but it was you being coronated.
Yeah,
So
it's not exactly the same.
not exactly the
thing.
same, but it is weird, right? It's weird that she got that message right after she had that dream.
Yeah, yes, I can't argue with that.
The crown is ill news.
Why?
Is it? I thought
Why?
that would be a good thing.
Yeah, crowns are pretty. You like them.
Well,
I mean, Ark likes them.
Somewhere deep inside of you is a person that likes them, okay?
Kiana's just gonna be like, jewelry?
Okay.
Like she doesn't get it. Like
some people don't get it. I understand.
And it's it's like a symbol of power, So
What troubles you about this letter?
In my dream, I was being crowned. But you know that I'm 5th in line.
So it's unlikely.
Right.
Wait, what is this crown? Is it like something? Is it like? Did you know about it before? Is this something that your family's been like looking for?
Absolutely.
Oh. I probably knew that already, but probably Gilly doesn't really pay attention.
That's fair. Absolutely, Pin would have been well versed.
You're a princess?
In kind of the understanding that the kingdom was lost when the crown, which is the, given by the creators of Middle Earth, the crown was the right of divine power. The crown was the thing. And the person who wore the crown was the power. And when the crown was lost, so goes the tale for however much that's worth. It's been several generations. When the crown was lost, the kingdom was lost. Other kingdoms came in and kind of divided it up and took care of the people. But there has always been this understanding amongst your mother and her siblings and her parents and their siblings and their parents and their siblings that you are heirs to a broken line. And that when the crown was lost, there is shame that the King Enithias, lost the crown.
I knew that.
Like actually lost it. Like literally it has been lost.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
so lose a crown.
Yeah.
Was it stolen or just fell off our heads and
Sometimes
rolled
when you
down a
drink,
hill. Yes.
I've lost my shoes before.
Yes.
If it makes you feel any better, Pen, I've been, you know how I like clickety clack with my bag over here. I've been playing with this one that I just pulled out, and it's a symbol for wholeness and success, dependability. It says that you can achieve your goals, so it sounds like your sister's gonna be queen. That's the reading I am taking from it, at least.
You know what's super wild, Gilly?
Hmm.
As you're looking at this rune for the swan,
Yeah. Does it change?
there is a second rune in your hand that you've been kind of palming absentmindedly.
Dang.
It's the rune of the beguiling spirit. So weird, right?
Didn't know this was in here.
Are you feeling okay,
Then-
Gilly?
What does that one mean? It's not on my list of runes that I have.
So this comes from the spirit bard tales.
Yes.
Um,
The Tale of the Beguiler.
This is the tale of the beguiler.
Oh.
Yeah. It's so weird.
That is really
And
weird. I
it's
honestly
so
thought I
weird.
had one in my hand.
And as Gilly is like laughing about how weird this is, and kind of like
So
in the
weird.
back of her mind, hoping that actually like maybe the swan was for her and maybe the beguiling spirit was for Penn, but like usually those mistakes don't kind of happen, so like we don't really need to worry about it. I'm not gonna say anything, maybe.
Yeah, it's just like what a weird, crazy happenstance.
Ren, can you make me an old lore check?
I would love to.
Ooh, that's fun.
Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy!
Oh boy, good or oh boy, bad?
Pretty bad.
So bad.
Is it a 1?
I rolled a 3. It wasn't a 1. I rolled a 3. What am I adding to this?
Old
Lord.
lore.
Let's see. That's a beautiful, solid 7.
A 7.
That could be worse.
It could be worse.
Listen, I didn't pay attention in school.
Ren,
mean,
how is
I
your
did.
singing voice?
Oh boy.
It's pretty decent. I'm named after a bird, so it's pretty good.
And how
Why?
often do you think you just randomly break into song in front of others?
Oh no. Not that often.
Because the thing about when you do a lore check as a dungeon master, as a lore mistress, a bad result doesn't necessarily mean that you're not going to get the information. It just means that the way that the information comes is maybe not the most opportune way. And like when you have to think about how to alphabetize something, and there is only one way to know which letter comes next, you're starting from the beginning and singing the whole damn song, right?
Yeah.
Ren, you know this song. You know this song. In days long past, when realms were bold, there reigned a king Enithias named. You know this song. You've sung this
Can I
song
sing it?
since
I
you were a
can sing
child.
this. I want to do it. Is that okay?
Go for it.
Please.
In days long past, when realms were bold, there reigned a king, Enithias named. His halls were grand, his crown of gold, his people's love forever proclaimed. But shadows crept and darkness grew, a lurking evil yet unseen. Whispered secrets twisted untrue, corrupting hearts, turning them mean. There's a verse of text here that has faded over time. Whisper.
Oh no, this is 4 verses,
people. Whispers of power and untold might. lured Enithias into the abyss. His heart corrupted, his vision blind, the once noble king now amiss. Enithias, once wise, now gathered in snare, nearly a puppet lost in hope bleacher's lair. His soul scarred of shadow, yet duty remained. One last noble deed for crown and for heir. That's it.
Yeah, I'd like to say
Absolutely.
Gilly is definitely 100% harmonizing to that. Kind of like not singing the words, probably just like sort of like doing little like doodle-doos. But Katie doesn't know that song, so we can all just pretend that happened.
Yeah, Ren's just kind of like, oh, that's right, and then sings that entire song.
Yep.
I've
And Gilly harmonizes, but also sits there like this.
I've put the chat into our Discord so that you can all see what the poem is.
Why did you just
I think-
sing? I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I think it just like takes a minute for Guzdox to connect that Panerian dreamed about being crowned queen of her nation, and there are 4 other people, not including their parents, that should be crowned before her, and it just probably takes her that song to recognize, and will sort of turn to Panerian and say, do you fear that your siblings and your parents are in danger or peril?
The crown is lost, as our line was unworthy. I fear its return means something dark. And my father's not there, it's just my mother.
Sorry if this is like rude. It seems like if this has been the legacy of your entire family, and now they found this long lost crown, you just don't seem like that emotional about it, if that makes sense. Like you seem worried, just kind of ever so slightly. But I just mean, like, is this not like what your whole family's been working towards for like your generations?
I mean,
My
you should let me know.
ancestors, perhaps. Not me. Certainly not me or my mother.
Sure.
It's more haunting, I think, than a reason for celebration, though.
Mm.
Sure, my sister will turn it into one. Quite the
It's
festival.
it's definitely strange to take something from lore and then make it real. And
Such is our world.
mhm.
This is exactly what it is.
It
What's that?
is
Our world. That is exactly what it is. It's like an entire thing.
Oh yes.
it is disturbing to hear the Hope Leech's name in this song.
Oh, do you know what that is? I've always wondered.
I don't know it all. I know that one of its titles is The Defeat of Kings.
Oh.
It is an enemy, a very powerful one of the enemy. If it has something to do with this crown, we might have to check in on your family, Pinerian, if that is something that you wish.
Yes, I believe that is your choice if you want to attend this coronation. You were invited.
Well, of course I'll
But-
go, but it would be your choice to accompany me.
Well, of
Are
course
we
could.
allowed? Are we invited? Do you have +4?
It is my home. You can come whenever you want. We are friends.
Wait, you're a princess. I keep forgetting.
No,
keep
no,
going
no,
back to
no.
Irish.
No,
Princess.
not kings
Not
of
princess.
old. Not today. I'm a small lordling,
Mm.
very agrarial.
Can we just make it canon that like the nobles of the place that you and I are from is like proper British, and that the like non-nobles are Irish, because it just keeps happening.
That's totally fine. No, go
That's
ahead.
happening.
Go ahead.
Okay,
That totally makes sense.
Let's go. Because it's just not sticking.
Well, if you are to go, Pinerian, we are a fellowship, and it seems as though the enemy is stirring near your people. It would feel wrong of me, at least, to abandon you now.
It's very noble of you.
Ditto.
Appreciate that. Kiana, there's
yes,
lots of food and comforts of life that
Can
you
I
well deserved.
Can I also do an old lore check on like the names that Grisjack gave us,
Yeah.
and like also the name in the song? Because I feel like I probably would have known. Like I am expertise in old lore.
Yeah.
So
Ooh.
yeah, that's right.
Goosestax, what names did you share from your past?
I have only shared Hope Leecher as something that I have recognized from the song that was sung.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have not talked about the rest of the names from that other song that I know.
I thought you
to
used another
anyone.
one, but I must have been mistaken.
Okay.
It's
I
probably just
have
the other
said that
name.
like one of the titles that Hope Leecher has is the
Mhm.
Defeat of Kings.
That's the one. Okay. Defeat of Kings. Okay. I'm gonna roll that sweet, sweet old lore check. That is cocked. Okay. I have so many things in my dice tray right now. It's hard not to cock my dice because there's like all my runes and all my dice.
It's fair.
Was my old lore? Oh no. Okay. So that was a 6 plus 11, so 17.
17. Are you still holding the Beguiling Spirit rune?
Oh, I'm holding them both.
Oh yeah, definitely you should roll with advantage.
Oh, okay. That's a natural 20. I can show it to you. I'll show it to you. Because it's not online, so you can't see. Wait, hold on. This isn't working. So 31.
Listen. It is not that you recognize the other names.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the part that really opens itself as you're kind of applying your craft, and you've listened to a lot of stories. And a lot of like the old-timey spirits talk in fucking Shakespearean rhymes. So like this is, you're well studied,
Yep. I speak Old English.
Tillian wrote to Penn that the crown has been located, and the last known place where the crown was Hope Leecher's lair, according to the song. That's definitely where, if you're going to go start saving people, like, why wait until the coronation? Maybe you guys should double speed to the lair of the Hope Leecher and save Tilly from whatever is going to happen with that crown.
So she's like written us a letter from the
road.
Okay, like
So-
from like the lair of the Hope Bleacher.
Well, from kind of nearby it, and this is
Okay.
on me because I should have put that also into the thing. She says, "I write to you from the road," which
Mhm.
I know is hard to hear. I found it. I will bring it back, and with it, the kingdom of our long.
So
past
she's
Lord.
like just found it, and then sent us a letter right away, and so may or may not be on her way back with it, or may still be there. Are we
Right.
close to there?
Gosh,
Do I know where the Hope Bleacher's lair is?
you know that is even if that was recorded, that information would almost assuredly be in like the black speech, and that is not something that necessarily you would have just been able to find. They don't want people going to those sites. They don't want people knowing where that stuff is. That stuff has been buried in unmarked graves, and wild forests have been
Right.
sprouted as much as is possible. They don't seem to grow. That's super weird, but like they have tried to cover those places up because they don't want people going there. They don't
Hey,
want
Pen.
people messing with that. And
Hey,
that
Pen.
is a level of like, you know, you've dabbled in like flirting
Mhm.
with the line. This is a level of malevolence that, particularly with a 31 and with what Guzdox has shared,
Mhm.
this name is a name that gets recorded.
Okay.
People don't get names like this and don't show up in poems without there being some real fuckery afoot.
Yeah, that's
Right.
fair. Pen, is there like a return address on the on the note that you got?
No.
That's unfortunate. I think a bit worried from what I know about. Look, I've read lots of books and heard lots of tales. I am concerned about where your sister might have got this crown from. I mean, Ren just sang that beautiful song just now out of absolutely nowhere, and we're gonna make
Well,
fun about it later. But
no, you don't have to do that. Actually, you can.
I
You
mean,
can just,
we
you just
do, but it's
totally
fine.
just like-
No, it was gorgeous. But oh geez. Here's the thing that I'm worried about is that it sounds like your sister might have gone to the Hope Leecher's lair, and like I think that the name in its own is pretty, bad. So I I feel like this. I know that you were saying you were concerned about the legacy of this crown, and that there might be something bad attached to it. Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
do you know? Do you know? Well, I was just going to say, is she on her way now? Maybe we could intercept her. Do you know where this Hope Leacher is?
I don't. She's quite bookish compared to me, which
Ah.
makes her going there probably worse.
Probably
she-
dangerous, right? Yes.
She wants you to meet her at like your home, right? She's heading back with it and wants you to meet her at the home.
Yes, she asked me to travel south, so that
I
would
don't
be
know,
home.
like I mean we're in the middle of just like absolute no magic central, but I'm wondering if like perhaps there's someone here who might be able to guide us in the right direction. I don't think we should wait. I think that if we wait for her to bring the crown back to your home, there's enough time for corruption or ne'er-dwelling or defeating of kings, or it's bad vibes, my friends. It's bad vibes. Don't like the vibes on this one.
Vibes are absolutely rancid.
They're absolutely rancid. They're trash. They're bin chickens.
We killed the
vibes
vibes
are
earlier.
worse
They've
than last night's
resurrected.
fellows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
I
minging.
think Guzdox would ask if we know anybody around like this area that would have knowledge of some really long buried evil stuff. Um, and I would also ask that of our lore master. Sarah, what do we got?
I mean, Guzdax, you know who you could go to ask for information.
Oh, who can I go to?
You don't
gotta have some
want
sketchy
to go,
friends.
but you know who would be able to tell you these stories. You know who celebrates the work of this creature. How badly do you want to know?
I am sure that Guzdox knows what you're talking about, but for Anita is being very slow right now.
That's okay. Guzdox would know that Saruman would know.
Ooh, that's so true, bestie. That dude wouldn't know. He would know so much.
Dude was the mayor of Rancid Vibes Town. Like, he for sure knew all of those shit faces, you know?
Yes.
Guzdax in this moment is conflicted.
Yeah.
I don't know that Sticky Bun saves this, Kiana. What do you got?
Sticky Bun solves everything.
I think Kiana would know. Besides, I don't know how Kiana and Saruman both know the same thing, but she knows. So
Kiana has wisdom. Kiana comes from a people who
of the forest.
Forest. Kiana comes from a people who maybe don't actively like study and trade in the old ways, but honor those old ways.
Yes.
Kiana has definitely heard tales of all kinds of where to go to get knowledge when it is required. Like, mostly you eat wolves, you eat sticky buns, life is good. But sometimes a bigger problem comes along, and sometimes your people need to know where to go to get that information, right?
Yep. I would say after listening to everybody and just kind of like a 75% of it going above her head, the main thing that she grasped from the entire thing is that we need to go to someone who who has information. So I'm going to say, I know of someone who my people go to for questions. I shall share this information with you all. She is the mother of the forest. She is older and wiser than the roots are deep. Her shades cover all that seek shelter from the burning sun. From beneath her springs the cool, sweet water of wisdom. The heart of Mirkwood is both she and where you will find her. I think the answer to our questions would be best answered by her.
And we all go, because she hasn't said anything for like 30 minutes.
I've just been sitting here like
eating, shoving sticky bun after sticky bun in her mouth.
This is 100% the most like strung together words that we've ever heard.
Yes, this is probably the longest sentence I've ever said in
and
2
it's very
seasons.
eloquent, and I think that Gilly's just like kind of like taking notes because that's like a really good description of something. So I'm just gonna like okay, the shade over anyone.
Yeah. Am I familiar with the mother of the Mirkwood? Do I know anything about this figure?
I would also like to know.
You speak Entish.
Yeah.
You know, you have definitely heard of the mother of the forest. She is the mother of the forest.
That is a much better option than Saruman.
I needed to like give that experience of like, do you continue over the pass or are you going into the mines of Moria? Where are you? We got options, friends.
Neither of those options are good.
Well, that's the whole point.
I think that like, yeah, there was, because I think in the right now, I don't think a lot of people. This is before the events of the Lord of the Rings. Yeah, so like
So still very respected
it's still a
man.
secret
Yeah.
that Saruman is doing shady shit.
Yep.
So it's it would be a very weird thing for Guzdox to suggest we go back there and have all sorts of mixed up feelings about a wizard that like most people think is pretty cool. Yes, definitely. Let's go see an Ent. Let's not go to Isengard.
It's like, wait, did you
Let's
say
not.
Saruman? I've heard he's great.
Mm,
He's got lots of information, knowledgeable. about-
Saruman has served on many elven councils.
Yeah, we know
Being a
him.
wizard, Saruman is venerated and respected and is on first name basis with Elrond and Galadriel and like the whole top brass crew.
Vibes are
Right,
off,
so why
man.
wouldn't we do that
Nope.
then?
Vibes are
Kiana
off.
is so unimpressed
are rancid.
because
Vibes are off.
Kiana
I-
is so
Bad
unimpressed.
vibes. Weird.
Is Mirkwood
I'm back to
friendly?
British, everyone.
Mirkwood considered very
seems-
dangerous.
Mirkwood
Um,
is
Mirkwood.
Mirkwood
very
is not.
dangerous.
Yeah, but I mean, like, so's our forest, so I'm down.
it seems Kiana's people have gone to this mother of the forest in the past, and I'm not sure that we have a history of consulting with Saruman for answers. So maybe that is the more sure
Well, that
pick.
must be less dangerous to go talk to a wizard than it is to go to a very dangerous forest. I'm not saying yay or nay to either. I'm just saying.
Kiana, I mean, listen, sticky buns aside, like, you know, a good 10% of the time, people do come back from going to talk to the mother of the forest. So, like, what could the problem be?
For sure.
I suppose would it not be more beneficial if we were to? What is the distance between your kingdom or wherever it is, your home, and the forest, and wherever? Sorry,
Yeah, which one's closer?
Yeah, whichever one's closer. We could just speed is what we need right now.
We don't know where our destination is. We don't know
Right,
which
but-
is closer to where
So
we're
which
going.
so which is closer to where we are now? Is
Yes,
Saruman
that's the
closer
question
or is
I'm
Mirkwood closer?
asking.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's what's going to hold you back. Some extra steps.
No, because
It's not the
I mean-
wisest way to make a
All
decision.
right, but is it 10 days of steps or is it a few extra steps? Because
Exactly.
Isengard is on the south border of the Mirkwood. They're nearly identical in journey
Oh,
time.
of course it is.
Right,
Anybody
so
want to
should
flip
we
a coin?
Ah!
Same hat, same force.
Let's
Yeah.
go. Let's
With
go.
this decision before our fellowship, this feels like a good place to wrap tonight's episode.
Oh,
So we can all talk
And-
about it in the chat.
Give us some time to think and plan for the journey ahead. Thanks everybody for playing with me tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you all for watching, all of our amazing audience. I'm going to get my players to go around and introduce themselves, say where people can find you. We think we have Twitch commands working again, but we're about to find out. So I think Sticky Buns definitely should go first. Like
100%.
there is a ranking and Sticky Buns are at the top.
Hello, friends. I am Sticky Buns, aka JJ. And tonight I was playing Kiana, your wonderful sticky bun loving barbarian. You can find me over on Twitter at JJ_Cray, or you can find me here at Twitch at BandReaper97. I do variety streaming, and I also on Sundays host the Tasty Tavern, which is my TTRPG cooking show that I host, where I cook recipes from TTRPG cookbooks. We are currently on hiatus until July, so I've been chilling pretty much. So I'm so happy to be here, and thank you to my cast for playing with me. I love yous. Okay.
The opposite of Sticky Buns for sure is vomit pillows. So Guzdax, having avoided them, successfully, you can go next. Anita.
Wow, what an introduction. Thank you, Sarah. Gosh, find me at Anita the Lesbian. Today I've been Guzdox, scholar, healer, free orc, and a coin flip away from going back home for the first time ever. Oh gosh, Sarah, you've done it. You've done it. It hurts so good. That's me. I'm so glad to be here. Thank you so much, Sarah, for inviting me on along this ride. I'll pass it back to you.
I'll throw over to Jazz, who wanted lore. So much lore. And this is the max lore that you get, babes.
It's awesome. I love it. I love lore. I love Lord of the Rings. Ha. Lord of the Rings. All right, I'm sorry. Hello. What up? My name is Jazz, also known as Cinder Scoria on Twitter. That's where you can find me hanging out most of the time. I'm also on Discord more often now than I am on Twitter, which is kind of strange. Let's see. What am I doing? I just wrapped up like a 2.5-ish year campaign, D&D campaign with Zeal Zaddy, the Miss of Elixia. That's done now, so I have my Tuesdays free now. That's kind of strange. We are about to start recording for the Arcane Core over on Other Sider Studios, our Monster of the Week campaign. We're doing season 3. That should be coming out in the fall sometime. You can find me literally right now at Queen's Court Games playing Caster Saros in our Kids on Brooms game. That is literally going on for another, it's like the finale. It'll be going on for another like half an hour if you want to check that out. Want to see me playing another British person with hopefully a better British accent. I don't know what happened today. It just kind of all over the place. I'm gonna play Katie. Yeah. And then there are a couple of other things in the works coming out soon. I'm hoping that I can announce those soon. But for now, honestly, if you want to check me out, you can find me on Twitter at Cinderscoria, CINDERSCORIA. I was Ren or Harrow Ren or Harrow. I still haven't decided yet. Yeah, okay, that's it.
And the newest member of our fellowship, Katie.
Hello. I don't know what just happened there. Hi, I'm Katie. They, she pronouns. You can find me looking into a Palantir even though I'm not supposed to. You can find me questioning my life choices because I thought this was going to be a fun Hobbit adventure. Or you can find me searching through old record shops looking for accent tapes. But you can also find me on Instagram and Twitter at CriticalSpark20. And also you can find me here doing this. You can find me over at the Fablemancers Twitch doing Stars Without Numbers. I think we have 2 more episodes to happen on Wednesdays at I think 7 Pacific time. You can watch me be a little 12-year-old nerdy dweebus who is very good at computers and not very good at anything else. I think that's it. Yeah. I'm here. I'm queer. Enjoy.
And our once and future queen.
You're stressing me out with this. I wrote full backstory for all 6 of my siblings, and then the first scene we get, you kill off half of them.
That's true.
Very chill.
Now, to be fair, I did that before 2 weeks ago when you said the thing that I definitely don't want to happen in this series is killing my siblings. I had already written all of this.
Fine.
So
they're dead to me now. No. Don't really want that crown. But anyway, I'm Arcanian Ending everywhere. I'm here on Mondays doing this amazing show. Thank you, Free League, for sponsoring it. I'm so glad to be back. And Fridays, I'm also here doing Misspent Youth, where we're a bunch of rowdy teenagers taking down the authority. So yeah, catch me here.
And yes, again, thank you to Free League. You can find, we are using the One Ring 5e port. It is newly released. And if you know how to play D&D and you're a little bit intimidated maybe by the whole One Ring system, which is beautiful, but a very complete rule set. I don't kin to rule sets easily. So I was super thrilled when I saw that they were releasing this 5e port. You can find more in the bit.ly link that we're about to drop. It's already there in chat. And you can follow me. My name is Sarah, and you can follow me at SMooreAD around the internets. Yeah, come back for some more choices. And I'm sorry that it's not a heartbreaking little Hobbit story. That was season 1. Our budget went up. The crown got bigger. We have stories to tell. I'm
not complaining. I'm just questioning my life choices.
Sure.
I'm delighted.
I'm delighted.
Totally
also.
fair. You tomorrow should come back around this same time and join us for one of our big gay one shots. It is our Pride Month one shot. It's the Cypher system. It's called Out of the Closet with Mo. You should come and see that. Also, come back for Mondays for the rest of July. We will be here telling this story. We are having a zine sale. Get 3 zines for $5 each. You can buy them individually or as a bundle if you'd like. Command Zine, 80% of all income, not just profit, but income goes directly to the creators, the authors, the illustrators, the layout artists, the editors, the administrators. Like, it goes directly to them. The other 20% goes to offset future kind of printing and convention costs, which is something we'd like to do. That being said, if you would like to come be an artist for us, we are opening our art application Thursday for Zine 4, which is around routines. We have some really awesome submissions. I say that every time, but it's true. And if you can draw or even if you don't think you can, you should apply for this if you enjoy it, because it's not about follower count. We just want to help people tell stories. And if you can tell stories through drawing, we want to help you tell your story. So come and be a part of that with us. Our creator app is always open. Send us coffee money if you are over the shenanigans that are happening with big corporations that shall remain unnamed. Thank you all for being here. We are going to go raid Exquisite Corpse, who are doing a demisexual one shot for their Pride Month things. And in an act of ace solidarity to our demi siblings, I'm sending it over that way. Thanks everybody for being with us. We will see you next week.